Hello, so today I'm going to do a relatively short workout and I'm using the Oov. So obviously you need an Oov for this workout, so it's not going to be suitable for some of you, but I have been asked by a few people to do one, so I'm going to. So I'm assuming if you have an Oov, then you know the basics about getting on and off. I'll kind of go through a little bit of it as we go along. And what you need for this class, if you have them to hand, is 2 light weights. So these are Pilates balls, they're about 1 kilo each. Obviously, we don't go very high when we're using weights with the Oov, so it's up to you what weight you want to lift. I'm using another Pilates ball, which is kind of nice and squishy, and just put that there. And then I've got a couple of bands here, so just keep them to hand. Also, what's really helpful when you're using the Oov is having a towel for the back of your head. Okay, so we are going to start, just going to turn sideways so you can see, sitting on the right down small end of the Oov. So just go ahead and sit, and you kind of feel like your sits bones are hanging off either side, yeah? And pop your feet on the floor, and we're just going to do a nice gentle warm-up. So I'm going to put my hands underneath my thigh bones and just relax the shoulders down the back and just allow the eye gaze to go forward. Chin, we'll do a few head nods here just to lengthen the back of the head. So thinking about drawing the chin in, and as the chin goes in, the back of the head lengthens as if I'm trying to reach the ceiling, and just get a lovely stretch right down the back, and then release. And we'll just do that a couple of times. So in your own time, perhaps a nice deep breath in here. And then exhaling out. We'll do one more nice deep breath in. And exhaling out. And then while we're here, just bring your attention down to your pelvis. So using your feet, I just want you to gently press into your feet and allow yourself to kind of gently roll back off your sits bones. We're just going to open up the low back here, and then we'll come to sitting up tall again. So just really, really subtle, rolling back off the sits bones. We're not really moving the shoulders here. We're kind of keeping them stacked. Just trying to get a little bit of heat into the low back, that sense of really opening right down into that sticky spot. And we'll just do a couple more like this. Sitting up tall, allowing the shoulders to drop back, then energy into the feet to kind of roll off the back, to open the back, and then come to sit up tall. Let's add on this time. So again, breathing as you roll, and we're just going to continue to roll now until you feel the Oov, basically the big part of the Oov, and you're kind of feeling like it should be a nice comfortable position for you to be here. So we're just going to breathe here for a moment, and then as you exhale, you're going to go ahead and grab a hold of your thigh bones again to sit back up nice and tall. So again, nice and easy to begin. You're going to roll using the feet, gently pressing in, opening up the low back as you come to feel that Oov kind of gently resting, reaching the arms in front of you, and then go ahead and round and curl to come and sit back up tall. 2 more like this. Exhaling, gently pressing into the feet to roll. Finding that Oov, allowing the arms to float up, eye gaze is in front, and then again rolling back. Adding on here, pressing gently into the feet, rolling down, and this time if it feels okay to you, we're just going to continue to roll, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling and back behind you, and the head perhaps will reach the floor here. You could have a towel here if you wanted to. Finding the length, so we really open up through the front of the body, sending the arms up first, taking the chin in as we roll back up again, sitting up nice and tall. And you can just move your feet as you do this. So we're gently rolling, sending the energy into the feet, reaching the arms as we roll back. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Take the hands back up in front of you, chin slides in as you again roll up. 1 more like this. So it just feels really, really nice to open up the front of the body. Reaching long behind you. Let's pause here for a moment. Go ahead and move your feet maybe a little bit closer towards you if you like, and a little bit wider for balance. And we're just going to take one arm and reach it long just to focus on opening this side of the rib cage. And then we'll do the same on the other side. And I'm just letting the head rest onto the ground. And as I say, you could, if you wanted to, have a towel here if the neck is uncomfortable. So just be mindful of how your neck is feeling. Reaching long. Last one here. Just take both arms and lengthen. We begin to float them up. Chin slides in. Press down gently into the Oov to roll back up. This time, floating the hands in front of you, take a nice deep breath. We're just going to roll again, and when we kind of hit the Oov, you're just going to go ahead and interlace the fingers and pop them behind the head. I'm just going to scoot down just a touch. So pressing the head into the hands now, and energy into the feet. I'm just going to roll and open the chest up, but I'm not going to go all the way, so I'm going to keep my eye gaze kind of looking at the ceiling here. And let the head rest strongly into the hands. Elbows wide, nice stretch across the front of the body again. I'm just going to go into a little wee side bend. So taking one elbow down towards one thigh bone as I send the other one right up to the back of the room. So opening up the armpit area and the rib cage. Breathe in here, then go back through center and do the same on the other side. Nice deep breath in. And we'll do that a couple of times going from side to side. And I'm really trying to lengthen and get that armpit open in the back. So reaching this elbow long behind you. And again, then letting the head rest into the hands, reach it long. Go back through center. Take a breath here and pause. And as you exhale the next time, just soften the ribs down as you do a little mini chest lift. And then we're going to open back, still holding onto the head, chin is in. Inhale, exhale, soften the ribs down into the Oov to curl up. Inhaling as you open. And then just exhaling, softening down to curl up. And each time I go back, I'm opening up just a little bit further. Just listening to your body. There should be no stress or strain on the low back. Inhaling to open, reaching the elbows back. Exhale, open those elbows wide now. Soften the ribs to curl up. Couple more here. Let's add on. As you curl up this time, could you choose one leg and just lifting it up, and you really feel the challenge right down in your pelvis to lift that leg. We're going to pop it back down. Go ahead and open the chest back. And then exhale, curling up. Let's do the same on the other side. And really normal for you to feel the wobble here, because the pelvis and core are really trying to find stability here, so it's really tough. Go ahead, going back down, inhaling. Exhale to curl, lifting up. Let's stay with this leg, and as you go back this time, just reach it long. And I'm keeping it off the floor, but you could pop it down. Exhale to curl up. We're going to do 2 more on this side. And as you can see, I'm wobbling all over the place. Really normal. Huge core work. Exhale to curl up and pop that leg down. Let's do the same on the other side. So we open back first. I'm still holding on to my head here. Exhale, curl up, floating the other leg in. This side feels very different, so I can feel so much work going on in the core. As I open back, I'm going to reach that leg long. Exhale to curl. And again, we're just doing 3. Last one here. And pop it down. Go ahead and use your thigh bones now to curl up and sit up nice and tall. Whew. Okay, help yourself off. I'm just going to turn the Oov around. So just getting onto it, because this can be the most trickiest part sometimes, just shimmy all the way down, almost to where like your butt cheeks are going to hit the floor, but they're never going to. Feet are going to be as wide as necessary, and I just want you to roll down then, and you'll feel the kind of small end of the Oov slot in between your shoulder blades. And I'm going to use a towel here, because I want to be nice and comfortable. And then just kind of let your body settle for a few moments. So I'm going to go ahead and lift one leg to tabletop, just reach it long. Now we're already pretty warm, but just get a little bit of heat into the hips. So just lifting one leg and then the other and reach long. And as you lengthen, and maybe the foot's going to hit the floor, you're straight into hip extension, which just feels lovely. Take it back in and pop it down. We'll do the same on the other side. And the elbows are down for now, so they can assist with balance. And just let the head rest. And you're already in this beautiful extension here. because the Oov is going right up in between your shoulder blades. So go ahead and grab your little balls and you're going to reach them up in front of you. Now, I'm assuming that you've all been on the Oov before, so you know the little test to do to make sure that the head is feeling lovely and secure. Just make sure that when you go to lift legs that your head doesn't come up. If it does, you need to shift up the Oov. So we're going to go ahead and float the arms up. We're going to keep the width in the collarbones and just nice and easy, take one arm back behind and then the other. So we're not going to go slow here because we're just kind of doing a Pilates session. If we were going slow, we'd be doing something completely different on the Oov. So go ahead and take it back, reaching long, and then the other arm. And you'll feel lots of work, even here. You'll feel your core just switch on automatically. So there's no need to kind of feel like you have to do anything. Your body will respond to the core or your body will respond to the Oov kind of by itself. So we'll just now do both arms going behind, take it up, and then we'll take both arms out to the side. We'll just do that a couple of times. And again, I'm really thinking of allowing my head to rest onto the blanket or the cushion and allowing the chin to stay in towards the chest. So I've got that lovely length in the back of the neck. Go ahead, take both arms up to the ceiling and then choose a leg and just float it up to tabletop. So again, just let your body figure it out. You'll feel a whole load of moving around going on, and just allow the body to settle. And then we're going to do exactly what we just did. So one arm going behind, and it will feel different now, a little bit trickier, and your body will try and figure things out as you do. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. And the side, when you move the arm out to the side with the leg that's in the air, that's pretty challenging. Go ahead, lift it back up, pop it down. And this is just a really nice way, switch to the other leg, of kind of just doing a nice warm up on the Oov, switching on all the little muscles, getting them ready for doing like a nice big workout. So whoop, definitely feels different on this side. Doing it again, taking it out to the side. I don't know whether you can see here, but I am literally wobbling all over the place. So you cannot hide on the Oov, it literally shows up so many things. So we'll add on, we'll take one leg up, and this time as we move the opposite arm over the head, let's reach the leg long, take it back up. We'll do that a couple of times with the same arm. Just reach it long, really think length here, letting the body rest onto the Oovs and finding the length. Pop it down, do the same on the other side. And what you'll notice as you're lying on the Oov is that your body will just begin to kind of melt into it. So you have to kind of relax. The more you resist, the more wobbly it'll be, as you can see. I'm all over the shop on this side. And some days are good and some days are not so good on the Oov. That's what you discover. So we'll do one more on this side, and then we'll add on, take the leg up. We'll do that again, reaching leg long, but opposite arm out to the side. Actually feels quite nice. A little bit of balance. And we'll do one more this side, and then we're going to take same arm, same leg out. So this is a little bit more challenging, and you'll feel your body kind of trying to figure it all out. So just let it happen. It doesn't matter how far the arm goes. Take it back up. We'll do one more here. And up, and then pop it down. Lift the other arm. Let's go ahead and do opposite arm to leg first. Out to the side and up to tabletop. This feels kind of nice. And then we'll add the challenge. So take the arm out to the side, and the leg definitely feels different on this side. I cannot get very far, so I know that this side is much more challenging for me to balance. Go ahead, take it out and up. Let's just do a few arm circles here. So take the little balls or weights behind you, and again, you don't have to use anything. You could just hold on to nothing and reach it out to the side and come back up. So a few arm circles, reaching long, circling around. And you should definitely be feeling now that your core is nice and warm, and pelvis and hips and shoulder joint. Okay, so I'm going to keep holding on to the little balls for now, but it's only an idea. So we're going to shimmy the butt down a little bit, kind of towards the end of the Oov. So it feels like your butt cheeks are now kind of hanging off the Oov. But at no time I want you to, when we're going to go into the roll up, so this is kind of really nice challenging part, but I don't want you to feel like when you come up your butt cheeks are going to hit the floor, so they're going to stay off the floor the whole time. And I'm going to keep the towel here too. So let's reach the arms up and back, find some length and really draw the chin in towards the chest. Take a nice breath. Gently press down into the feet and just go ahead and reach the arms up, chin slides in. And I'm just going to let the body rest into the Oov as I roll up. So it feels kind of nice to begin with. And then you're just going to literally roll back down. So we're just going to do a few of these just to get into the swing of things. Everything feels kind of nice. And as I come up, I'm going to reach the balls of the weights in front of me here so that I feel the shoulder blades open in the back. And then I'm going to soften back and down. Let's do a couple more. Coming on up. And I'm trying not to come up too high, because when you come up too high, you kind of lose that feeling. So stay back a little. Feel the weight in the feet. I mean, you will feel a lot switching on here. And then roll back down again, taking the balls behind. Couple more. Chin slides in. We reach, lengthen to open those shoulders, and then soften back down. And the whole time I'm thinking about keeping my chin kind of sliding towards my chest so that I feel the length in the back. Coming on up. Pause here this time. Let's go ahead and take one arm out to the side. Take your head with you and just have a look at that hand. Pause here. Take it back. Now we should really begin to feel the burn here. Take it back. Oh, let's peel down, reaching back behind you. And we'll keep adding on if it feels okay. Chin slides in, we reach forward, lengthen up, pause. Take it out to the side. This time you're going to pause and do a few arm circles going around. Keep looking at that ball. 2, 1. Take it back in, other side. Take it out. Reach it long. Now soften your face as you're doing this. Arm circles. Take it back. Breathe. Could you come up a touch? Up, drop back. Up, drop back. Few more times. Come on up, drop back. Let's do 3 and 2. Soften the face. And 1. Whew, and peel all the way down. Take a moment, because my abs are absolutely screaming. And then we will add on. So arms going behind the head. And again, you could do this all without the weight. You're going to reach them up again and lengthen, coming on up into our little roll up. Pause here. Now, drop back just a touch because you'll really feel everything switch on. And then from here, I want you to do some rotation. Rotating through the ribs. Keep the pelvis quiet. Pause here and pulse. Little wee ones. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to center. Let's do the same on the other side. Rotate. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Peel, peel, peel down and lengthen. Okay, this time, again, with or without the balls, we're going to get the legs involved. So if it doesn't feel good, just leave this part out. So you're going to do exactly as we've done, rolling up, allowing the body to gently press down. When you come up, you're going to lift one leg. Take the balls out to the side or the weights out to the side. Now lengthen the leg along and then pull it in. And again, pull it in. Keep that sense of chest coming forward. 2 more. Last one. Pull. Let's take a break. Come on down before we do the other side. Whew. Take the arm up again, up towards the ceiling. Coming on up in front of you. Arms coming out to the side. Lifting the leg. Reach it long. Pull in. And again. I think we did about 4 more. And pull it in. Last 2. Last time. Take it to center. Peel down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've just got 1 more set here, but before we go, just go ahead and pop the hands down by your side or your elbows on the floor and just kind of loosen out the low back and pelvis a little. So we're going to take the feet wide, take the knees wide, and then just allow your pelvis to kind of drop down on one side. There's no right or wrong as we just kind of move the body, the low back and thoracic all the way kind of on the Oov. So you'll just feel your whole spine loosen up here. Just feels so nice, like your back just gets lovely and warm. It's like having a lovely massage. So allow the weight of your body just to sink down, feeling the hips kind of loosen up a little bit and the low back. And then go ahead and bring your feet back and we'll get ready for more. So last set here. Take those arms, reach them up, take them back. Take a nice soft breath, go ahead, coming on up. Let's take one leg up, pull it in. Both the balls coming up over the head, let's drop them down. Take it up, drop down the other side. Keep that leg up if you can. Drop down, lift up, drop down, lift up. And again, keep breathing. I don't know whether you can see, but my pelvis and core are working hard to figure out balance. Let's go again on the other side. So we take a moment, arms up and back, and then we come on up. Take the leg up. It feels so different on this side. So take the balls and begin over the head. Over the shin. We drop down, take it back up, and again. So all the little wobbling is good. Just let the body figure it out. Last one. Take it back and peel down. Whew. Take the legs out again. We'll just do another few little shimmies with the pelvis. Go ahead from side to side, loosening out. And then go ahead and bring your arms and kind of cross them. So one is on one shoulder and the other is on the other. Again, eye gaze is just facing the ceiling. And I just want you to take one shoulder up towards one ear and drop it back. And then do the same on the other side. And it's just kind of a nice little kind of way to allow those shoulders to loosen out. And as you go from side to side, you'll feel the weight of your body shifting on the Oov and into the feet. And just allow that to happen too. It just feels really, really nice. Side to side, and you can speed it up a little. So lots of lovely rotation here. Again, just be careful, the face is nice and soft here, and you're just breathing normally. And then go ahead and gently roll up to come on up and off it. Yay, says you. Okay, so go ahead and remove your towel, and we don't need these weights. Well, we might, we'll keep them handy. So we're going to turn over now, and before we do, we're going to grab the Oov, come on up onto your knees. We may as well open up the hip joint here. So go ahead and pop one knee right into the small part of the Oov where it meets the big part. And I'm going to grab a band here as well for this. And the other foot is going to come up in front. I've got the toes curled back behind me here for balance. I might just do the other side actually, just because I'm able to see it a little bit more. So the knee comes down, curl the toes, and the other foot is there for balance too. So just go ahead and pop your band on your knee. We'll just do a few pelvic curls here. So curl your tail and pull that thigh up, and then go ahead and just come forward, and you'll feel your thigh come down onto the bigger part of the Oov. Just allow it to rest there. Let's take the arm up, reach, lengthen to the ceiling, and drop it down. We'll do that a couple of times. So really reach up, see how much length you can get. Just feels so good. Drop down one more time, reach it up, lengthen, and down. Go ahead, grab your band, just add a little bit more of a stretch to it. Good and tighter, however you want it. Reach it in front of you. Watch the wrist alignment, so fingers lovely and long. Gentle pull here, and as you come forward, just go ahead and reach both arms up to the ceiling. Pause here, just breathe into all that lovely space and come down. We'll just do that twice more, breathing in and down. Last one, breathe in, open through the chest and down. We'll do the same on the other side. So just moving it over. Go ahead, pop the knee in, curl the toes, foot comes in front. And we'll start without the band. We'll just go ahead and press down into those toes in the back to push forward. You'll feel a beautiful opening even here. And then go ahead and reach up, lengthen, and down again. Reach up and down. Soften the face and the jaw here, so there's no tension in the neck. One more here like this. Reaching up and grab your band if you like a little bit more. Gentle pull. Let's do the same thing and just take the arms up over the head. Pause here for a moment and then down and again. Reaching up, 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 up. And down. Last one here. Reaching up. And down. Beautiful. Okay. So before we come onto lying onto it, we are going to do, I just want to get a little bit of rotation. So I'm going to get you to turn your Oov and pop it sideways. You need your band for this and possibly a towel as well. And you're going to go ahead, lay on down, and I'm putting the small part in the Oov right down kind of underneath my lower waist. And then you're going to come down, pop the towel underneath the head if you need one. Both arms are going to be in front. So the big part of the Oov is going to be behind you, and I've got both knees bent and I'm going to pull them up here. So we're just going to go ahead and hold on to one part of the band here, palms facing the ceiling, and then go ahead and grab the other part at any length at all. And just bring the hands down so they're kind of on top of one another. Reach that top arm forward just to open the back of the shoulder. Go ahead, take it up, and then pull the band really, really far as you can go. Feel the length. Now press down with both hands here. Just let the eye gaze go with you. And your low back is going to be fully protected here as you do the rotation. You're not going to roll into it because the Oov is behind you. So can you keep that sense of length reaching away from you and pressing down and really activating the back of the opposite shoulder joint here, feeling some beautiful opening. And the other arm I'm pressing down too. So we're going to do this 3 times. Take it up and back down. And we'll do that again. You could tighten up the band a little bit this time if you wanted. Each time we do it, we tighten it up a little bit more. Take it up, reaching back behind you. Keep pressing down with the opposite one. So, you know, there should be work here for you to do this. So open up, reach. The band is pretty taut, so I can feel the back of my shoulder working here. Beautiful stretch into the obliques and across the chest. Keep on holding and reaching a little bit more. Can you get some more reach into it? Few more seconds. Then take it up and over. We're going to do one more. I'm going to choke up the band just a little bit more. Take it up, over we go. A lot of work into both arms here. Reach and pull. Now if it's too easy, you need to choke up on that band a little bit more. Come on, think about the length. Knees are going to stay together. Breathe into those top ribs. And then go ahead and take it down. Lose the band for the final one. This is just going to feel lovely. You're just going to reach up towards the ceiling and just open out. Just stay here for as long as you like. Breathing. And take it up and back. Let's do exactly the same thing on the other side. So I'll just move this way just so you can still see. And we place the Oov down here. Well, I'm placing it down here because I don't want the movement to go into my low back. I want this movement to just stay really high up in my upper back and thoracic. So if I wanted to change that, I could obviously move the Oov maybe further up the back. So go ahead, bend the knees, keep the band handy. Come on down, rest. And of course, if you wanted to, you could do a quick check on this side. We could have done it the last time too, to see where we were at first before we added in the band. So you could just reach it up and over and just see, perhaps, can you feel a difference before and after? So go ahead and grab your band. Go a little bit looser to start. We press down with this hand, reach up and over, and then we hold. And all I'm thinking about is reaching that arm away from me, opening the band, and then connect into the back of your shoulder. So really feel like you're sliding that shoulder down and away so you can feel that it's switched on and working as well. Take the arm up and back, and we'll do another one. Tighten up just a little, taking it up. Take the head with you each time. Just breathe. And again, remember, it should be work to be here. It's hard depending on how tight you pull that band. Keep that length, keep that reaching, keep that pressing. And we hold for another couple of seconds. Taking it back, up and over. Of course, you could hold for longer if you wanted to. Last time here, taking it up and over. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. Lengthen. Keep trying to open up every time you do this. Take it back, and we'll just do one without now just to see how it feels. Oh, feels like a feather, opening up and out. And massive difference, so everything is just lovely and jelly-like and soft. Feels absolutely beautiful in the spine. And then take it up and take it back. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and let's just move this, keeping the band handy. I've lost my ball, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the ball, come on back. I'm going to keep everything handy because we might change as we go along. So I'm going to turn the Oov, actually I might do it this way. So you can keep it this way and allow, you're going to be kind of lying down on the small part here. So it can be a little uncomfortable. So when you come on down, can you just make sure that the big part of the Oov isn't obviously restricting your breathing. So it shouldn't be up into your chest. It kind of fits into, just kind of slides between the rib cage, kind of, and I mean, it's not like you're lying in bed, don't get me wrong, but it's not like really, really uncomfortable. So if it doesn't feel good in your body, perhaps this part isn't going to be right for you. So go ahead, take the legs apart and just lengthen them. And we'll just go ahead and settle here for a moment. Elbows are kind of underneath the shoulders, hands down. And of course, even here, you are in extension. So perhaps this is where you want to stay just for now. So you could draw the chin in to feel the back of the length in the neck. Let's take the hands a little bit closer and just send the energy down into the hands to kind of open up. And the beautiful thing about the Oov here is that the low back is just fully protected. So it actually feels really nice. Send the shoulders down your back to lift up. Keep pressing down into the hands and just breathe here for a moment. Let's do one more breath here. And then gently, gently come on down. So let's add on a little bit, just if you want to work a little bit more. Take those hands right underneath you. Bring the head towards the ground. You can pop it down if you wanted to. Slide the chin in. Go ahead and bring your hands a little bit more underneath you and send the elbows kind of reaching back behind you. And then when you come up kind of parallel to the floor, so I'm looking down, just go ahead and lift the hands up. Take your thumbs and bring them to your shoulder blades and elbows really close to the body. Just pause here. Breathe. Now really squeeze those elbows so that we work strongly into the back and come on down. So that's option one. If you want to add on, you could go ahead and grab your little weights, have them underneath your hands, or you could have a band here. So whichever you like. Let's go with the weights first. So we're going to hold on to the weights, come on down. So the head is parallel. So chin in, back of head to ceiling so that you feel the length in the back. I'm going to gently press down into my weights, just touch to open up. And even here, it's just beautiful extension. Then I'm going to go ahead and lift up those weights, squeeze the elbows. Breathe here, squeeze those elbows close to the body, chin in, hold on, and come down. Let's lose the balls and try it with the band this time. So come on down again. Maybe you need to shimmy around and change for a moment because it can be pretty full on. It's like your tummy is getting like a really big massage lying on it. Depending on how your tummy is feeling, of course, you might not like that. So holding on to the band this time, chin in again. Go ahead and lift those elbows, and this time I'm going to squeeze the band apart as I pull the elbows in. Breathe. Keep on opening up. See if you can press down to open up just a little bit more. Breathe in here. And come down. Awesome. Go ahead, use your hands. Come back and sit down for a moment. Just round through your spine. Breathing into the back of you. And then go ahead and help yourself up. And, oh, we forgot to use the big ball. Oh well, not to worry. Turn the Oov around, bring it to the top of your mat. And I'm going to turn it around so the small part is away. Obviously it doesn't really matter, but I just like it this way because it feels nice on my wrist. And then you're going to go ahead and come on up, and I'm going to hold on kind of to the outside here. So actually it feels great on my wrist because I've got a little dodgy wrist at the moment, which is taking forever to heal. But you could, of course, be like this. Whatever feels comfortable. It's probably a little bit more challenging actually to be like this. So go ahead and grab your Oov, And we're going to just take the knees, pop them under the hips, curl the toes, press down into that Oov, chin in, and we'll just come on up into a little mini plank here. And just stay here for a moment, breathing. And of course you could stay here for as long as you like, but we're going to go straight out into plank, just for the purpose of the video. Pausing here, pressing down to lift up, and I'm going to take the toes forward, coming over the Oov, and come back again. We'll do that a few times, coming forward, and back, forward, and back. And there's a lot of wobbling going on up at the hand. So again, you can feel a huge amount of challenge here. So let's add on, let's take the legs a little bit wider here. And then we're going to go ahead, lift one leg and bring it right across to try and meet the other arm and bring it back. Same on the other side, lift and across, and we'll keep going. Couple more. And down. So you'll find when you're on the Oov like that, I mean, there's so much wobbling around, it's really challenging for literally every part of you. It's it's pretty full on. Okay, so to finish, we're just going to do a little nice kind of mermaidy sequence. I'm going to turn the Oov back around like this. I'm going to have a band here, perhaps I'll use it, we'll see. And of course, you don't need an Oov to sit in mermaid. But it makes it even more comfortable. So go ahead and sit your butt into the small part of the Oov. Take one leg in front and one to the side. We'll just allow the body just to settle here for a few moments. Just close your eyes perhaps. This feels really nice to be here. And then when you're ready, just go ahead, bring your arms up across one arm and the opposite shoulder, and we're just going to go into a little bit of rotation. So I'm kind of pressing down into this foot and this hip to kind of rotate away, and as I'm doing that, I'm trying to think about lengthening through the front of this hip. So I'm taking this hip forward, yeah? So rotating away and coming back. So we could, depending on how the body's feeling, just do the rotation in the upper body like so. If you want a little bit more, can you think about this shin bone pressing down into the ground, and as I do the rotation, I'm pressing down in that shin to kind of open up through the front of this hip. So we're going the other way. Yeah, that's it. And feeling that there's a bit of an opening here in the front of the hip, and we come back. So we do that a couple of times. Just rotate and send away. Really nice. Two more here. Actually feels gorgeous in the front of the hip. Coming back, and again, just let the head go with you. So we press and rotate. See if you've any more. Send that hip away from you as you do the rotation. Breathe and come back. Relax the arms for a moment and just bring your attention down actually into this hip. And we'll just do a few kind of little mobilization bits into the hip joint. So again, I'm thinking about pressing down into this shin as I take the hip forward, squeezing into the butt cheek, and then as you come back, you're going to feel that sit bone open. So it's just kind of doing the two parts separately. And then we'll come back in and do it again. So bring the hands up, do the rotation, and then do what we did a moment ago by kind of rotating that hip and sending the energy down in this shin. Just let the head go with you and come back. Couple more. Last one here. And come back. Okay, so go ahead and grab your shin bone now with your hand. And we'll just take the arm up to the ceiling. We'll just do a nice little side bend. And then we'll come over, and what I'm going to do this time is just place the arm onto the big part of the Oov and use it to push the opposite ribs away from you and take the arm up and over. It just feels so nice. So I'm really pressing into the Oov to send my ribs in the opposite direction. And then come up and do the same thing on the other side. Reaching up and over, down, press down into that Oov to come up. Gorgeous. Oh, it just feels so nice. Pause here. Let's do back into some rotation. Think about that top shoulder and rotate it towards your opposite knee. Let your eye gaze again go with you, and then open up. And we'll do that a few times. So it doesn't really matter what's going on with your arm. I'm really thinking about rotating the shoulder away. We'll do one more. And come on down. Okay, let's switch sides. We won't bother with the band, I think. Okay, switch sides, turn around. Again, it might feel different on this side. Sitting up nice and tall. Hello, Pippa. So again, just allow your body to settle down. Should feel nice and comfortable here. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you could obviously be sitting on a chair. So we're going to begin with the rotation. So take the arms up. So we'll just begin doing it like this, and then we'll loosen out the hip, and we'll do it again just to feel the difference. So sitting up tall, chin in. So we'll rotate that sense of sending down into the shin to open up as we rotate across and back. And again, just really trying to relax the face as I do the rotation. Feels really nice. Back in. So take this shoulder forward, feel the rotation, press down in your shin so you feel a stretch in the hip here. So it's like you're pushing your pelvis forward at the same time, and come back. We'll do one more. And coming back, relax the arms. Just go ahead, pop your hand maybe in the crease of your hip here, and just feel what it feels like now at the moment to have the sit bone open. You're going to roll and kind of send the hip forward, press the shin bone down, and come back. So do that a couple of times, and just use your hand here to kind of encourage the hip to roll forward. I'm still pressing down into the foot to assist in the shin. And again, a couple of times. Feels nice. And then we will go back and do the whole thing again. Hands on. Do the rotation. Press down. Lean away a touch. Come back. Really nice. Oh, I just remembered one little exercise that we might do actually to finish. Rotate. Really good. And this is inspired actually from Elizabeth Larkin. So we are going to come back onto lying if you'd like. So go ahead, and from here, oh, we forgot to finish the mermaid. Sorry, my bad. Come back in. Okay, hand on the shin. Let's reach up and over. Breathing. And then come on down, elbow onto the big part of the Oov, press down into it to send the ribs the opposite direction. And again, reaching up and down. Couple more times. Reach up, and every time you do this, try and make the movement a little bit bigger, so we get more movement into the ribs. Pausing this side. Now reach the arm up to the ceiling. Reach it to the ceiling. Then rotate your shoulder towards the other knee and back open. Good. And again, so really thinking, can I get that shoulder around and back? A couple more. Rotating around and back last time. And back. Okay, so now to finish. I hope we can do it now. So you're going to come on down like you did a few moments ago, lying on the Oov. And again, get into a relatively comfortable position. Hands are down, legs are wide. And I'm just going to finish off with opening through the hip a little bit. So just go ahead and lengthen, press down into one toe to lift the knee off the ground. Even here, you're in hip extension, so you could stay here if you wanted to. Put it down and do the same on the other side. Pressing into the toes. And you can just allow your elbows to rest here, and obviously you're in extension here, so this feels nice and rested. So I'm going to stay with this knee now, pop it onto the ground, bend it, and just go ahead and reach around with one hand, grab a hold of your ankle joint, flex your foot. Now use the floor here, just go ahead and lift the knee, press the body down into the Oov. It's just a really nice stretch in the hip, relax the face. See if you can get that knee up a little bit higher. Body can roll off the Oov, just a slight touch, that's totally fine. And then pop it down and we'll move to the other side. So just a really nice stretch in front of the hip. So bend the knee, flex the foot. Again, using this arm, lift up, press down to lift up. And let your leg pull the front of your body open here to Breathe in. Really, really nice. And rest down. Whew, sit back on your heels and just have a little stretch here. Stay for a moment. So just a few ideas of how to play with your Oov if you're lucky enough to have one. If you are close by to me, I do have a few I could lend out if anybody wanted to try it, but I know in the lockdown it's pretty tricky, but I'd love your feedback on this class because I've never done one live before. So thank you very much. See you.